Class is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first show on hashtag Ask Fred Live. Now, obviously, this is something very, very different. You're actually seeing me on camera right now. I rarely do this, but moving forward, what I really want to do is to create a relationship with you. And every single Tuesday at the same time, same link, we are going to get together and I'm going to actually be your consultant and I'll answer any questions that you may have. Now, obviously, there are different forms of people in here. Some of you are starting out your e-commerce store. Some of you are already in digital publishing. Some of you are just going to be wanting to be an entrepreneur in general. And over the course of the next however long time to come, I just genuinely want to be here to help you guys to answer the questions that you may have. Now, obviously at this stage, what I firmly believe is that when a question has been answered, and I do see for a fact that a lot of people ask me the same questions over and over and over again, I just feel that if I were basically to answer your question and take that question to turn it into a training, that's literally going to be the best training you'll ever get. So with that, I don't want to actually just shove you with a training. I want to be here and actually help you to show you how you can actually maximize your time with me and to scale up your business. So with that being said, obviously we are broadcasting this live on YouTube right now, and we are in GoToWebinar. And GoToWebinar is really the only place where I can actually see your questions. So with that being said, I want to actually first welcome you all to my first show. And second of all, I want to actually have you give yourself a pat on the back for being here and dedicated to really start your business. So with that being said, some expectations, okay? You can literally ask me anything about internet entrepreneurship in general, internet marketing, advertising, e-commerce, anything that you have that you're struggling or you need an extra pair of eyes. This is what the show is all about. So with that being said, I actually want you guys to show me your engagement, show me your excitement here. So right in the question box, put a 1 in the question box if you guys are ready and you are excited to get this going. All right, we have hundreds of you here, and actually amazing. We got Michael, Todd, Mike, Trish, Erlinda, Carolyn, Jim, David, Frank, Dennis, Andrea, Dee. All right, we got a lot of people here giving me a 1 right now. And honestly, I'm doing this only because of you. I have nothing to sell, nothing to buy. I just simply want to help you and to answer your questions. So with that being said, right now in the question box inside GoToWebinar, go ahead and put in your question so I can actually go and start looking at them and start addressing what questions you may have. Now, one of the most important things that while the questions are coming in, one thing that I've always been asked, any follower that I have, they always ask me the same question all the time. They basically ask, Fred, I am starting out, I really want to build my business, but I have no money. Where can I actually start building my business? Put a 2 in the question box if this is you. If you just really want to get started and you honestly don't know where to start, or you don't have money to start and you just want to actually get your feet wet to be an entrepreneur. All right, I got a lot of people giving me a 2 right now, telling me that this is you. You really want to get started and you genuinely just don't have the money to get started. Now, let's face it, right now, if any of you have been following me, you have access to something called Zero Up Light. It's a 10-part video training series where it actually brings you from zero to start generating sales for your e-commerce store. But let's face it, at the end of the day, you got to get softwares, you got to actually spend money on ads, and some of you just don't have money to start right away. And I get it. I absolutely get it. But at the same time, I know for a fact that you, yourself, you really want to get started, but you just don't know how to get that initial investment of a couple $100s just to really begin. So before we actually go into Q&A, I actually want to give you an advice. So here's what I want to do. Give me a 3 in the question box if you have no money and you're really serious to actually get started to be an entrepreneur, because I can show you one technique that you can literally start tonight and basically make a couple $100 and start using that money that you've made tonight and simply go after Zero Uplight and start building your store. All right, I got a lot of threes coming in right now, so here's what we're gonna do. How many of you have a smartphone? All right, it doesn't matter. It can be an Android, it can be an iPhone, it can be anything, okay? For anyone that actually have this phone, here's what you want to do. Now, you don't have to do it tonight. You can do it over the weekend. I want you to download an app, and this app is called Quick Scan, okay? The app looks something like this. It's called Quick Scan, okay? This is going to be your money device right now. And if any of you that don't have any money, this is where you want to get started, and then actually go ahead and start creating an e-commerce store. So with this Quick Scan app, here's what you want to do. In your house, in your basement, in your office, I can guarantee you that you have things sitting around, lying around, collecting dust that is just sitting there. But guess what? You can actually go ahead and take those products and actually make money from it. How? Well, with this app, it's actually very, very easy. Now, obviously, there's a free version and there is a version that's 99 cents in US. I get the free version. I don't even need you to spend the 99 cents. But what I want you to do, okay, is go around your house, go around your basement, and start looking things that you genuinely don't use anymore, or things that you literally just have sitting around. It can be a gift that someone gave to you that you just don't want to use it, but you just don't want to give it away. Well, guess what? You can start turning those into a profit. So let me show you an example right now. All right, I got a cologne, a Versace cologne from a friend of mine for my birthday present. Obviously, I haven't used this. This is like completely brand new. Well, guess what? Right now, it's just sitting here collecting dust. Now, what I can actually do right now is open this app, okay? Click on this screen over here, and you'll see you'll be brought up a camera. All I have to do is, you see a barcode on the bottom. I just have to scan the barcode, okay? Now, once I've scanned the barcode, it will tell me where this is being sold at. On Amazon, how much it's been sold at. On eBay, how much it's been sold at. Well, guess what? This one right now on Amazon is selling for $47. I can simply just go ahead and create an eBay account and simply just sell this for $30. It was just sitting here collecting dust. And I can virtually guarantee you right now, you have a lot of stuff sitting in your house, somewhere lying in your house just collecting dust. But if you were able to combine all those together and just create an eBay account and sell it, well, guess what? You just made a couple $100. Take that $100 and start rolling it with your investment. It's like a snowball effect, right? It's start with a very small snowball, and it goes downhill. It will get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what you want to do when you are creating a business. And that's how you want to be creative and think like an entrepreneur. Now, you might be wondering, well, Fred, I actually don't have just things lying around. I've been using everything that I have right now. Well, guess what? Here's what you can do. Go out or go online. And there are two ways, all right? One is go online, go to Facebook, and look at, join those local buy and sell groups. Right now, there are a lot of buy and sell groups in your local area. Go join one, and all you have to do is simply see what is for sale and check out how much it has been sold on eBay and on Amazon. And obviously, you will be surprised that how much you can actually make from the markup. Right? Buy the product at a low price and just sell it on eBay or on Amazon. You can also go to a flea market or go to a garage sale, right? Take your handy device, use the quick scan or download the eBay app and simply just search for the product. I can tell you, if you spend several weeks just to go to these flea market, just to spend time on these buy and sell groups, you can start making several $100 to $1,000. Then once you have that several $100 to $1,000, well, guess what? Go ahead and start building your e-commerce business right away with simply Zero Uplight right now. So let me ask you, how many of you really want to get started? And this tip is going to help you to actually make a couple $100 and really start building your e-commerce store. Put a 1 in the question box right now if you're like, wow, I have no idea that I can actually start making money and be an entrepreneur simply just using a handy device that's free and selling things that are simply lying around or just at a flea market. And if you're able to actually start making some sales out of these, well, guess what? You just enter to the you just enter to the entrepreneur path. And with that, you can start building your e-commerce business. Because by simply doing what I just shared with you, you simply now are creating an e-commerce website. You are buying goods and selling it out at a marked up price. And that's what exactly you want to do. It is just called the quick scan. A lot of people are asking me right now what it is called. Let me go into my app store right now and I'll share with you exactly what it is. So with that, it's called quick scan. Quick scan. Let me search it up right now so you guys can see it, how the app looks like on the, let me see, quick scan. Where is it? Here, it looks like this. Can you guys see it? This is the app, quick scan, okay? Go download this app. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it'll tell you what is the product selling on eBay, what is that product selling on what you call eBay or the eBay or Amazon right now. My apologies, losing my train of thought right now. So with that, just sell it on eBay. Amazon is a pain in the butt to actually sell goods. eBay is much easier. Just go on eBay and sell it. And I can tell you, just going into what we call the flea market or going to a garage sale, you'll find a lot of great products. All right. So with that, obviously several of you guys here joining us right now are from Zero Up Light. And there are questions coming through about running an e-commerce store right now. And again, for any of you that don't know what Zero Up Light is, it's just a free course that I gave away on showing you how you can actually start creating your e-commerce store from literally with no product, no inventory, and with minimum investment just to start. So I think Lynn Rest is one of our Zero Up Light member. And she asked, hi Fred, I would like to go over how you figure up your 25% markup. My understanding is cost of product plus e-packet. Now, e-packet is basically a specific shipping method from China into US, Canada, UK, Australia, etc. Then apply the 25% markup. Explanation would be appreciated. Okay, so in retail, here's what you want to do, right? You want to buy goods at a low price, mark it up, and actually sell it and actually make money. You, as an entrepreneur, is that you want to make that margin in between. And what I've came to discover, and it is a very well-known strategy that retail stores are using, is called the keystone pricing. Now, the keystone pricing at a typical retail shop, they simply just mark up 50%. Now, what it means by that is that if the product is $2, they would always sell it for $4 right now. That's what they would do. But at the end of the day, the $2 difference is not going to be great enough for you to start advertising. So what the calculation that I came in place is that you would actually need to make up, so your cost of good needs to be 25% of what you are buying the product at. So let me say this for an example. If your cost of the product is $1 and the shipping for the product is $1, okay? So with that, then your total cost of goods is going to be $2. Easy math, $1 plus $1 is equal to $2. So with that, what you want to do is simply take a calculator, all right? Right now, our cost is $2. Now, obviously, it's reversed. It's supposed to be a 2. It's $2. Is it still $2? No, it says $5. It's supposed to be $2, okay? So at $2, what I simply do is I divide this by 25%, okay? I divide it by 0.25. And that will result into $8. So what I'm basically doing right now is that I am making simply 75% margin on these products. But with the 75% margin, it gives me enough money for me to actually go out and actually advertise online to acquire a sale. Now, again, inside the internet, we don't have a retail shop. It's not like you can actually rent a place and have a person actually walk into a retail shop to pick the products and actually buy. But in the online, what you want to do is to advertise that. So really, you're taking the rent money that you are supposed to be paying at a retail store, and you're using that money to actually buy traffic, let's say on Facebook, on Google, and on Bing, to actually get customers to go to your website and simply buy goods from you. So I hope, Lynn, that answered your question, and that's where the thought process come in place. Is really to have you to A, make margin, two is to really for you to actually start making profit at the same time. And your follow-up question is, when they show e-packet as free, can we list our products as free shipping, or is it not a good idea? It's really up to you. You can offer free shipping on your product if your product justifies on the profits that you can actually make. So these are very important stuff. Now, I got another very interesting question that came in. And again, I know that a lot of people that are just starting out to creating your business, this is always where you get stuck. And I really genuinely want to get you unstuck, especially Shelly Harrison right now asking me this question. She asked, how can I figure out if my niche is a good one? And she's obviously asked, my apologies if you have already went through this in other videos. I haven't had the chance to watch them all. So this is a very great question. And obviously I want to ask you guys, give me a 3 in the question box if you guys are stuck at finding your passion. Like not finding your passion, I mean finding the niche to get started, because I've seen an overwhelming response of people just stuck right now. All right, I got a lot of 3s coming in. I got DD, Kay, Javin, Ryan, Dinell, Dale, T. Wow, I got a lot of people giving me a 3 right now. Okay, so here's what I want to answer your question. Just one word: passion. What are you passionate about? A lot of people, when they go out and create their business, one of the biggest mistake is that they go look at the money. Yes, money is important, but what is more important to build a sustainable long-term business, and a business that you personally can actually spend more time on, scale, and be creative on how you market your products, is passion, right? Let's say that you are passionate about golfing. If you quit your job tomorrow, if you quit your job today, what do you want to do tomorrow? Golfing, right? If you love golfing, you would spend all your time doing golfing. Well, guess what? If you go ahead and start creating a business that's all about golfing, chances are for you to be creative, understand what the audience wants, and also, most importantly, making you spend more time with your business is a lot easier because it is what you love to do. Now, you can go ahead and start selling golfing accessories. You can go ahead and start selling a course about how to actually increase your range for the driver. You can do a lot of things and be creative of what you want to do. Now, like I said again, yes, the money is important, but that is just, in reality, is a short-term goal. You want to create a long-term business, a business that you yourself have a purpose on, not just to make money, but to have another purpose where you have the ability to spend more time and scale up your business. So all in all, the most important thing is simply selling based on your passion. That is the #1 core on what you want to do. Don't let other shiny object syndrome that really sabotage your decision. You want to always sell based on what you love to do. Let's say that I have a student of mine that's starting to be quite successful. She's selling Gothic related products, and holy moly, she's doing really well right now, and she's starting to scale her business with just doing what she's passionate about. So again, don't really reinvent the wheel. Don't complicate things. In business, I follow one golden rule, and it's called the KISS method. And I actually learned this KISS method when I was taking photography back in high school. The KISS method really stands for keep it simple, stupid. When you create things that are simple, when you start a business and don't let other things really affect you and just say, I just want to do this. I do it now. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to create a store. I'm just going to sell my product. And that's what I wanted to do. If you're able to keep things simple, then things are going to actually all be put together. All the missing pieces, all the components will be all placed together. Now, obviously, on top of that, what I truly, truly advise you to do, okay? A lot of people are basically trying to be a perfectionist, in here. So put a 1 in here if you are a perfectionist, okay? If you are a perfectionist, just let me know. Just be honest to me. I'm not going to call your name out because a lot of people feel like you got to perfect something in order to start something. All right, I call a lot of people giving me a 1 right now being a perfectionist. Well, let me tell you for a fact, and you'll hate to hear this if you are a perfectionist. Never start your business building it perfect in the beginning. Nothing is going to be perfect when you start, okay? When Apple released their iPhone, it's never perfect. They have issues. They have issues with their iOS. They have issues with their with basically the batteries. They have issues. They have to hit over recall. But with these issues, they're still able to make billions of dollars because of one important key that I've learned from reading a book by Michael Masterson that's called Ready, Fire, Aim. In any traditional business, and in fact, if you're learning something, if you're learning to shoot at the shooting range, if you're learning to shoot an archer, everyone will tell you, well, the first thing you got to do is get ready, aim, and then fire. But when you actually spend a lot of time just to perfect and to aim for the perfect business, that's going to waste a lot of time. Because ultimately, what you have in your head, what you think that's going to work, may not work. You want to let customers and audiences tell you what they like. So what you really wanted to do is to create a store, create a business, and actually launch it first, then perfect it later. That's what you want to do. Even with cars, right? Cars, they actually have different productions. The first one, people actually, when I was working in the car industry, one of the internal things that we were talking about is that when you want to buy a car, you never buy the first production because the first production is always a guinea pig. Like you gotta basically have to figure out if there's anything wrong, what are the customers' feedback, and then really perfect it with the next several ones. So that's what you want to do for your business, and that's very, very important. All right. So I hope that I'm dropping a lot of golden nuggets for you guys, so you guys can actually see exactly what is going on. Darlene, he's not Darlene, he's actually Tom Lanchester asked one of the question. Big question, Fred. What is the ordering process when I receive an order? Are you able to explain from start to finish, from customer through Shopify, then from AliExpress, and then the final destination and tracking completed of the order? How does this all work? Okay, so it's very easy how the entire process worked, and obviously pay close attention to these so you guys can basically jot this down. First of all, how an e-commerce business run nowadays is very simple. When you go out and basically get a customer to go to your website, okay, step one, customer going to your website. It can be by Facebook traffic, Google traffic, viral traffic, or whatever. When a customer goes to your website, it goes to step number 2. They give you their credit card information. Once they give you their credit card information or obviously if the order got approved, you got the money, then what you want to do is you want to go into AliExpress or find a vendor and simply just pay the vendor to have them ship the product directly to your customer. Okay, so basically you collected the money, sorry, Shopify or the merchant account is holding on to the cash, waiting to deposit into your account. You simply use your credit card, go to the vendor, place the order, and tell the vendor to ship it directly to your customer. And simply when your customer received the order, well, guess what? The entire transaction has been done. It's really that simple. It's not hard. It's not crazy. It's not rocket science at the end of the day. All right. Next question we got is Todd, and Todd is also in e-commerce. He asks, what's the structure of your testing process for products? So here's the different phases that I simply use whenever I go out in market to test a product to see if it works or not. Number 1, I do my research and make sure that I get my lowest cost possible. When I have that, number 2, I go research other products, like other websites, to see how much this product is selling for. Once I basically found, okay, I think this product is going to work, step 3, you go out and create a Facebook ad. Just $5 a day. Okay, you go find the audiences that will most likely buy the product. Let's say that you are selling a, let's say, golfing accessory, right? Obviously, I can go to Facebook and spend $5 and specifically go after people that express interest in golfing or golf town or whatsoever. Then what I do is that after an ad is set up, I let it run for 24 hours. When it runs for 24 hours, I basically look at several data. The first is the cost per click length. So how much it costs me per click to have the visitor go to my website. Number two, I look at the CTR link. So let's say that my ad has been shown 100 times. Out of these 100 times, how many people actually click on the ad? So I look at that like a hawk. Then I look at what my cost per sale is. Am I making money to acquire a customer yet? And I will also look at the CPM, so the cost per 1,000 view. So every time your ad has been shown 1,000 times, you will be charged X amount. So these are the 4 data that I use to analyze my campaign every 24 hours to find and see which one are my golden products. Once I'm able to find it, well, guess what? I increase my budget. I simply scale my ads, and I do a lot of other things. So that's what I would do, and that's what I encourage you to do, and that's my testing process on the entire thing right now. So I'm just going down the list. Obviously, I'm answering questions in chronological order, so always first come, first serve. That's how the nature of this work right now. And it seems like I have a lot of people in here that are from e-commerce, which I absolutely love. And I genuinely see a lot of people right now thanking me for giving away the Zero Up Light, which I really love to see that, because I only created this only because I want you to succeed, and I just want to genuinely help you actually start building your business online. So with that, Sebastian said, hi Fred, just set up my first e-commerce store yesterday. Congratulations. Any advice on how I can start networking or how I can find good mastermind? Thanks. So obviously, I know that a lot of people are going to ask me about this. So this is why inside Facebook, if you go search for Starting From Zero Group, I have created a private community just for people to actually want to start from zero, especially on the e-commerce side. And there's a complete masterminding group in there. You guys can go there right now. Just go into Facebook and search for Starting From Zero Group, and you'll see it inside. All right. Let's see. So I answer that. Let's see. Testing phrases. I answer that. Ross asks. Okay, Ross Donner asking me a very specific question about shipping right now. So any of you that are actually in e-commerce, you may have that same question. He said, I'm still having trouble setting up my shipping in Shopify to calculate correctly in shopping cart. If I add 2 free plus shipping items, it only charges once. Same for other product items. I also have some items that I want to charge $2.95 or $4.95 or $7.95, and none of these added correctly. I have adjusted product shipping weight to match the weights of the chart and adjust the shipping rate weights and not calculating correctly, and this is keeping me from moving forward. So Ross, here's what you want to do. Let's say you want to make sure that your free plus shipping product is at least 1 kilogram or 1 pound. Okay, every single one of them. And with that, there's another thing that you want to make sure. You want to make sure that there may be an active carrier in your cart. You want to deactivate that. And there's also a section that says sample box. And it is just something that Shopify create. It says 0.188 kilogram or pound. Go ahead and put 0 to that. Then what you want to do, again, for your tripwire product, make sure that they're all at 1 kilogram. When that put in play, every time the product is added to your cart, 1 kilogram is added. So product 1 is 1 kilogram. When they add another product, it's 2 kilograms. When it says it's 2 kilogram, then it will charge based on the shipping table that I give you guys. So that's what you want to do. Now, obviously, if you have it may be you also have some technical problem in your Shopify account. What I do suggest you to do is contact Shopify's live chat support. They are absolutely amazing. Like literally, they are amazing at handling these for you. So I'm just going to take a sip of water right now while I'm going through the questions right now, all right? Sylvia Williams asked a good question. Fred, do you think I should use Instagram to promote? So Instagram is definitely one of the rising social media network out there. And a lot of people are using influencers. We call these influencers because they have like millions of followings, a lot of people following them. And obviously with that, what you wanted to do is to really get Instagram, get yourself into Instagram and get these influencers to create shoutouts for you. Now, inside my YouTube channel, there is a workshop that I did with Dan Silva all about this. Go check it out. And at the same time, you also need to understand one thing. Instagram are really for younger demographics. So people from the age of 16 all the way to like 30-ish. That's where the people are hanging out nowadays. They're really on Instagram. But you want to actually create photos, use hashtags, and really post as like many times a day, like 3 to 4 times a day, because that's how you get listed on people's newsfeed and try to follow other people so they follow you. So Instagram is a good place to start promoting products now. A year ago, it's not as great, but now it's actually getting more mature, especially for e-commerce. Instagram is very, very great right now. All right. So next question that I got is Thomas Darts. Now, I apologize if I pronounced your name incorrectly. I'm just not good with names. He said, when a customer orders from my website, then do I place the order with the vendor? Yes, exactly. I just mentioned that earlier with one of the questions on explaining the process. That's exactly what you want to do. All right. Trevor Salt said that you sent an email to me. It would be best if you actually put it in here. Me logging into my email address is going to take me forever. All right. Apologies for that. Mike asked me a question. First question, with Shopify and AliExpress, how do you handle customer support? Is a contact form on its own okay? Concerned about the amount of time needed for customer inquiries. So when it comes to customer inquiries, try to answer the customer in 24 hours to 48 hours. What your goals are is that, here, let me actually take a step back. Customers treat your customer like gold, because your customers are the people that's going to be basically paying you money, spending money with you, and you making money off of them. So you really want to make sure that you answer any customer inquiries that actually comes to you. Now, you can have contact form. It's absolutely fine. But just having a simple email address up there and making sure that you answer after 24 to 48 hours, that's all you really need. And that's what I suggest you to do too. Because ultimately, when you are creating a business, you always have to deal with customers. And if you are able to craft the best shopping experience for your customers, they will become an advocate fans of your brand and then your store, and they will go out and tell their friends and family about their experience with you. And that really led to viral activity, which was word of mouth marketing. They would actually go back to your store, check it out, and they would even come back to actually sell more products in the future as well. And that's what I want you guys to do right now. And that's exactly what you want to do at the same time. All right, so I'm just going through all the questions. We have a lot of questions in here, just to let you guys know. And obviously, all these questions are answered in chronological order. So with that, obviously, I want to see how many of you guys are learning a lot of stuff right now, and you guys are gaining a lot of benefit from this. Put a 1 in the question box, because obviously, these kind of training and Q&As is built for you. It's not built for me. I genuinely just want to make sure that I'm answering your guys' question. And I firmly believe that answering questions are basically the best training that you can ever get. And that's what I'm all about. All right. Wow. Okay. My computer is starting to freeze of all the ones. Thank you. That's amazing that I'm getting all these feedback from you guys. So I'm going back to the top of the screen to see questions, because we have a lot of questions. And again, I may not answer all your questions. My apologies on that end of things. All right, so I'm reading every single comment that's coming in right now. Butch asked me, what's the best type of Facebook ad to start for your free plus shipping campaign? Website conversion with flex targeting, okay? Website conversion with flex targeting. Now, it's going to take me forever if I explain what those are, and some of you may be lost. But if you actually are part of Zero Up Lite, which you can actually grab for free at www.zerouplab.com/free-course, and it's also inside the YouTube link. Go download it, and you'll see exactly what I mean by flex targeting and website conversion. That's what you always want to do. You always use flex targeting and website conversion when you start, okay? Beth asked me a question. Is there a good accounting program for e-commerce like QuickBooks for Amazon and Shopify sellers? Beth, yes, there is a QuickBooks online app. inside Shopify, so you can actually go ahead and download that right now. Claire Taylor asked me, how do I drive traffic to my website? All right, there are several things that you can do when driving traffic to your website. The number one thing that I would ask you to do is Facebook ads. It's the best way to get started. So to drive traffic to your website, it's not like back in the olden days when you create a website, it can automatically get listed on a search engine and you start making money. It's not that anymore. What you wanted to do is to actually start advertising online. And that's the fastest, quickest way to get traffic and customers and sales to your website. Now, the first and easiest one is really Facebook ads. You can go after Facebook ads. You can go after what we call Bing, which is a search engine. You can go after Google, which is a search engine. You can buy banner traffic. You can buy Instagram influencers doing shout outs. There's a lot of ways that you can actually drive traffic to your website. But what I do actually encourage you guys to do is one important thing. Do not jump around in different traffic sources. You want to master one traffic at a time, okay? Let me repeat that. You want to master one traffic at a time, okay? Start with Facebook ad. Once you start doing well with Facebook ad, then look at Google or Bing. Once you get good with Google and Bing, then you can go after the third element. That's what you want to do, because if you start to actually multitask and start derailing your focus, let's say you're focusing on Facebook and you're all of a sudden tomorrow you're focusing on Google, I'll be honest, it's hard. It's hard because you don't even have the ability to master Facebook yet. You don't know what is going on, and now you're focusing on Google. That's going to derail you from success. So what you really want to do is just focus at one traffic source at a time, okay? And the best traffic start to really get started is really Facebook. I'll be genuinely honest with you. It's Facebook. It's the best way to actually get started, okay? Randy Cow asks, how do I integrate Facebook ad with Shopify website? Randy, if you have Zero Up Lite, it explains everything in detail, okay? Every little things in detail. So watch that and go from there, all right? Arthur asks, on freepic.com site, when you download free picture, they say free pic contains contents are totally free. If you download free pics resource, you must attribute by designed it by free pic somewhere on the page. I've seen that you're not doing so. Okay, is this legal? All right. So when it comes to basically these free images, here's another strategy that I can give you, Arthur. You basically, yes and no, you need to actually put design by, and it's supposed to be. But here's another thing that you can do that one of my members discovered, and I would actually say he is pretty smart. When you go to Google and type in, let's say, looking for a turtle image, you can now actually create an advanced search. And inside this advanced search, you can filter the usage and say free to use. When you filter it, when it says free to use, you can use those images. Obviously, you can look for copyright ones. Obviously, you do not want to use copyright photos because that's the last thing you want is to get in trouble. And that's one of the things that one of my members caught was doing it that way by using Google and searching for going to the advanced feature to filter out and specifically look for photos that are free to use. Okay, and that's what you wanted to use. Javin Joseph asked, when you are now starting your e-commerce business, how do you split test your ads to know if your product is good? Very great question. Right away, like I said earlier, set up an ad and let data tell you the story. Again, in Zero Up Lite, I actually explain all the details in there, so make sure you go and watch that video right now. Michael Branch asks, I have a product with agency access. How should I drive traffic and build a list at the same time? So you have a product. Here's what I would suggest you to do. Just go and sell the product. Because at the end of the day, when you're starting to make profit from the product, you're going to build a customer list, and you will also build a prospect list when they abandon your cart, your checkout cart. So that way you're actually making money and building lists at the same time by selling the product. And that's what you want to do. And that's the true power of e-commerce right now is you're really building an email list while you are making money right off the gate, which is fantastic. And that's what I love about e-commerce right now. So Jeff asked me a repeated question. How do you find and select a niche? I have answered that already. So Tanti asked me this question. Hi, Fred. How about Shopify store in Bahasa, Indonesia? If many people sell in USA, then the chances is limited, right? Thanks. So at the end of the day, I would say the big market for e-commerce right now is US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and UK. If you are from Indonesia, well, guess what? You can start creating a business and an e-commerce business and just sell products to US, UK, or etc. Now, if you really want to build a business and just sell primarily in Indonesia, that is fine. But obviously, I'm not an expert at selling in Indonesia. I don't know how to answer you correctly, but I would have to say one thing. Right now, the entire world are moving towards the trend of shopping online. And I firmly believe even people in Indonesia are shopping online nowadays. Now, I do have members that are now actually creating an entire French website, a French store selling in France, and she's doing really well right now. She literally started from zero, and she's making upwards of $200-300 US per day right now. So that alone is already building onwards to a six-figure business. And she literally started from zero and went through my e-commerce training and really go from there. See, next question. Nadine said that I have an e-commerce. I read your book and followed the steps, set up, and now needing traffic. So Nadine, again, go after Facebook ads. That's the best traffic to really get started right now. So Austin has a great question, and I think a lot of you guys are going to be having this question for as well. Austin said, Friends, thanks, Fred. Please, for most of us in areas where we're having problem with payment gateway not accepting in our country, like many of us in Nigeria and Africa, what solution can you suggest us? And is it possible to create monitor partnership environment where members in such region can partner and with members in US and UK, where that is available in the startup and grow their business? You will not directly involve in the partnership, but as an influencer and mentor, you can give guides and monitoring and avoid cheating and scam. Thanks. So Austin, this is the exact reason why we've created our starting from zero community, is you can actually work with people that are like-minded and partner up with them. Now, for any of the international people here right now that are having struggles with payment gateway, PayPal is the best one. They accept in a lot of countries. Now, if PayPal isn't an option, look at 2checkout.com. Okay, the number 2 checkout.com. You can also look at the other one is authorized.net. You can look for a third-party provider as well if you cannot get Shopify payment and if you cannot get PayPal. You can also look at stripe.com as well. Okay, stripe.com is another one right now. All right, so I'm just going down right here, and I'll be honest right now, I'm still going through a lot of questions like in the first several minutes of us opening up the doors to our Q&A, and obviously these are all coming in first come first serve. I'm just going through right now. So Clara Taylor, I answered that question about the niche. Again. So Marin asked, good question. He's asking about the strategy that I gave you guys earlier. What about things that have been opened and used and don't have a barcode? Well, if that's the case, just go to eBay, download an app on eBay, and just go search for a product. And you'll see eBay sells all things that are basically used. And from there, you can actually just sell it and make your money from there. All right. Michael Chris asked, how should a newbie start? Broad niche, medium-sized niche, or a narrow niche? So for me, I always go with I can't say it's a narrow niche, but a niche that is not a general store. And the reason why is that when you start growing a business long-term wise, And when you're starting to get customers to go back to your website, they go back and see that it is all random products. They don't really buy products from there. You want to build a cult following. You want to build a army of customers that is an advocate of your brand, and that's how you start building a sustainable business. So let me give you guys an example from a retail standpoint. So let's say Sports Check, right? Sports Check, I think there are sports. No, wait, there's no Sports Check in US. It's only in Canada. Let me take Walmart as an example, okay? You go to Walmart because you know for a fact that Walmart roll back their numbers and you get cheap products from Walmart. But Walmart has a lot of products that you can actually buy. It's a general store. So with that, when you're in Walmart, all you do is you go in, buy the product, and leave. You don't have a relationship with people at Walmart. But if you actually built a niche store, let's say that again, we're using golfing as an example. If you have a retail store that's all about golf, like Golf Town, you go to Golf Town to shop for golf stuff, and the sales associates and the brand is all about golf. You create a connection and a bond with these customers. And what that means is that when you want to buy more golf products, you won't want to go to Walmart because at the end of the day, if another store sells it for cheaper, let's say Target sells it for cheaper, you go to Target to buy, right? That's not what the customers you want. You want customers like Golf Town, which they always keep going back to Golf Town to buy golf products, and that's how you build a long-term sustainable business from there, right? So I'm getting a lot of questions. So again, the barcode app, a lot of people are asking me about the barcode app. It's called Quick Scan. I hope you guys jot that down. So Michelle, you are from Italy. You say that you have problem accepting payments. Again, either use PayPal, to checkout, authorize.net, or Stripe. Okay. I'm just going through the questions right now. Let's see. All right. I should have done that earlier. Yeah, I'm putting the app name inside the chat box right now so you guys can download it right now. So Tanya asks, you have paid $9.97 for lessons, but have not been able to establish one-page website or online business. What could I get help? Well, Tanya, I would honestly suggest you right now is to follow whatever lessons you have bought and go from there. If you are having struggles just to get a web page up, take a look at Zero Up Lite. I firmly believe that's the easiest way to actually start building your business online right now. All right. I'm just going through the list right now. Let's see. I got a lot of questions and a lot of comments coming in right now. So I am just looking at these right now. Okay, some people are asking me if there's a replay of these. So all my Ask Fred Lam live section, the replay is going to be available in my YouTube channel, so you can actually see that every time you want, and going from there. I got a lot of comments rather than questions. And I answered a lot of the questions already. So I'm just going down in order right now. Todd asked, general store and test different niches. Again, I don't like general store. I just love to go after general niche products. That's what I want to go after. And guys, you don't have to keep copy and pasting the questions into me. I will see it, and I'm just going down the list right now. And obviously, I don't want to waste our time just going through and making sure that I found the question. Isabel asked me, if the customer want 3 items from my store, what happened with e-packet if it comes from 2 different stores? Well, at the end of the day, you will need to actually pay twice e-packet if it's coming from 2 stores. But ultimately, when you are charging $9.95, you'll still make a profit. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Great question by Diego. Diego said again about ePacket. How can you control where people will buy? Since the market is global, everyone from the world can potentially buy. What if they are buying from a country where ePacket doesn't ship to? Thanks. So if you are basically having customers that are shipping that are not from another country that doesn't have ePacket, it's fine as long as your shipping table reflects it and the customer is still receiving the product, it's still going to be fine, okay? But what I do suggest you to do is find ways to make sure that you get a tracking number. That's the most important thing, that advice that I have to give you when you're selling a physical product online, is to make sure, okay? Make sure you always have tracking in place, okay? All right, I got a very long question that came in, so let me read it all out. Hi, Fred. I have a Facebook ads question. I have used my first Facebook ad account for selling t-shirts. The t-shirts are in very different niches and have different Facebook fan page for each niche. That is a little bit, that is very unsafe, Diane. You don't want to actually have one Facebook account and selling in multiple niches. Never do that. You want to actually have one Facebook account with one niche, okay, or one store, and that's what you want, or one Facebook page, because you don't want to affect your pixel data, and that's very important, okay? Your question is, the ads are going directly to Teespring website where my shirts are selling. I have now set up my own Shopify store to sell my apparel, so I don't need to use Teespring's platform anymore. Can I use the same Facebook account for my new e-commerce store as I am selling apparel, or do I have to create a brand new one because the ad is directly to different URL? I've heard that it's hard to get more than two Facebook accounts, so don't use a new account. If I have to, as I want to set up an additional store later selling other physical products, I'm confused what the requirement are to have to use a new Facebook account. All right, very great question, Diane. Here's my take to you. Number one, I do suggest you to get a new Facebook account only because of one reason. I want you to have fresh Facebook pixel data, okay? A fresh Facebook pixel data, because Facebook is, their advertising platform is really based on their algorithm. And you want to make sure that you don't confuse the pixel data, because if you're sending traffic to one place, all of a sudden now you're sending to another place, Facebook don't know what you want and don't get what is happening, and they can't optimize your ads properly. So with that, start with a new account. Now, you've said that you've heard rumors that it's very hard to get two Facebook ad accounts. That is absolutely false, okay? Here's what you want to do. If you want more Facebook accounts, A, go get a business manager account at business.facebook.com. Once you have a business manager account, you can immediately have two ad accounts, okay? Now, with that two ad accounts, you need to have active ads. So you're running advertisement in these two ad accounts. When that has happened, you simply contact the Facebook support team. And when they look at your account, they see that you are in good standing. You already have two ad accounts running traffic and buying advertisement. They will actually lift off the limits and give you 100 to over 1,000 accounts right away. Okay, so that's the procedure and the steps that you want to take. All right, and I hope that helps you out. So Tom has a question. He said, "Hey Fred, my passion is jujitsu." Wow, great. And the product is $75 to $85 on Alibaba at 1,000 minimum quantity. This is a good niche if I can sell at 200. So Tom, one of the biggest not struggle, but I say one of the biggest pitfall when it comes to e-commerce is you starting out to buy inventory and invest cash into inventory when you don't know if the product is going to sell or not. That's the last thing you want, because inventory is cash. Okay, let me repeat that. Inventory is cash. So if you're basically buying products that you yourself think that it's going to sell well, but your customer actually don't want it, well, guess what? You just invest $75,000 into inventory that's just going to sit here and collect dust. That's a big risk to have. So that's why I've been teaching about a method that I call inventory arbitrage. You want to find vendors that allows you to actually get them to ship the product directly to your customer. Go test it out first and see if your customer really wants it. If it is, then you can look at investing into inventory, because now you know that the product's going to sell and you're not going to actually waste money. Now, going back to your other question about your cost is 75 bucks and if you can actually sell it at 200, you can absolutely sell at whatever price point you want, as long as there is a demand and your customer can see the perceived value of 200 bucks on buying your product. Okay, if you can answer all that, then bingo, you got what you need. Okay. Paul Tunks at, what high ticket items can be sold on Shopify store using AliExpress? Again, that kind of go hand in hand with Tom's question. You can sell whatever price you want, as long as there is a perceived value, your customer feeling that they paid the right price for it. It's just like, here's a really good example. And I genuinely hate this. And here's another tip for you guys. Well, you know what? I'm going to save this tip for next time on how you can actually start making money with like zero money in your pocket, okay? And I'll talk about that in a bit. But here's something that I want to bring up to you guys about perceived value, okay? I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard of this little machine over here, the Nintendo Classic Edition. This machine, okay, it is basically now being sold by Nintendo at Walmart, at eBay Games, at all the other outlets for $69.99. Okay, $69.99 for this gaming console right now. But if you now go online, you can see that every single store is out of stock. And if you go to Craigslist, if you go to eBay, if you go to Amazon, all this is now sold for $200. But guess what? People are still willing to pay 200 bucks only because of one reason. They see the perceived value of $200 and they want the product now. They don't want to wait for the inventory to come. They want it now. So with that being said, if you are able to accomplish the perceived value and having customer want it right now, you can sell at whatever price you want, even more than the asking price. Like, listen, like these stuff over here, this people are making $100 to $200 by simply just camping out at Walmart for a couple hours, go into there, buy this product, and you know what? They just sell it back online and make the profit. I actually just bought a Nintendo Switch, and I was very lucky. People were refreshing their website, their browser, left, right, and center. That console right now is selling for $299 in US. Well, guess what? If you go to eBay and Amazon right now, it's now being sold for $600. Just by simply being on the computer for a couple hours, refreshing the add to cart page, putting in your order, and then guess what? You just make 300 bucks. Again, it's all about perceived value when it all comes into selling online, regardless of what you sell, okay? Regardless of what you sell, it is always about the perceived value. And your job is to go find products, find customers that want your product, and simply drive the traffic to your store. And that's exactly what you wanted to do. All right. Now, it seems like we have almost reached to the top of the hour right now. And I see that we have a lot of questions coming in. And I apologize if I cannot answer every single question. But again, we're having this every single Tuesday. Same link. Okay. It's the same join link, same reminders, same everything. And I'm going to keep answering questions every single week and helping you guys really get unstuck and being your consultant and helping you succeed online. So with that, I want to really understand this. How many of you love this section? This is really just the first episode, and I'm planning to do this for however long that I want right now. So in the question box, tell me how excited you guys are. Tell me what you guys think. Wow, I got a lot of people coming in. I got to screenshot this right now. We got a lot of people coming in telling me how excited they are. I just love it, and I hope that you guys absolutely love this show, and I'm going to do my best to keep this show as long as I can, for as long as I live, and be here to help you guys out. And again, like I promised you guys, guess what? I'm not going to sell you guys anything. These shows are really created for you, okay? These shows are being broadcast on YouTube, and I'm trying to get this broadcast into Facebook as well at the same time. But at the end of the day, if you want to ask me questions, it's only available inside our Q&A, basically inside GoToWebinar. And with that, I obviously wanted to make sure that you guys gain value out of this, okay? So before I go, I want you guys to basically put in hashtag value if you guys feel that these sections are awesome and you guys learned a lot just by me answering questions and helping you guys out. All right, I got a lot of people giving me hashtag value. And you know what? The more engagement you guys give me, the more I'm excited and motivated to actually be here every single week to inspire you, to help you, and to really help you succeed online. Now, with that, let me ask you guys one question. Put a 1 in the question box if you guys are definitely going to be here next week, same time, same day, same location, all those other stuff. All right, great. I love to see the ones coming in. That's exactly what I want. I want you guys to be excited because, again, these sections are created for you. It's not created for anyone else. You are what's making this happen. And I'm just dedicating an hour of my time every week just to be here to host the show and help you guys succeed. And there are different things that we will do in the future, maybe getting more guest speaker on here as well. Now, you don't have to re-register your seat again. I basically, that link, I'm going to keep adding in the sections every week on a Tuesday. So just make sure that you save the join link and be here all the time. All right. So for those of you who want to actually subscribe to my channel, just simply go to this URL right here. I'm putting it into the chat box right now. And in here, it's going to host all our replays for our Ask Fred Lam show. And I'm going to commit myself, commit to you guys and dedicate my time to do more training videos. And if you want to be the first one to actually see this, make sure that you subscribe to my channel because once I upload the video, you guys will be automatically notified right away before I even send out an email. All right. So anyways, that's it for today. I see that you guys getting a lot of value and I really, truly hope to see you again next week. And again, be here early and get your questions ready because again, like I said, all these questions are answered in chronological order. So I answer the first one that comes first. So anyone that is really dedicated to get your question answered or eager to get it answered, come in early, drop in the question when I open up the doors, and I'll get your questions answered. All right. So anyways, that's it for today, guys. I hope to see you guys next week, and I truly hope you guys simply go, go, go. All right. Now, last but not least, I want to end up with my favorite quote. Everything is worthless until you take action. This section is worthless if I answer your question and you don't do anything with it. What I really want you to do is to make sure you take action. Take baby steps and make things happen. All right? So that's it for today. I will see you guys next week. Bye now.